Hi. So tonight I want to talk about something called soul family slash soul tribe because I don't know, I just feel like it. It's it's something that's happening in my life right now. I feel like I'm meeting more and more people from my soul tribe, and I guess I feel like talking about it in case it helps anyone else because I feel like I've gotten pretty good at recognizing people who are my soul family. And I think the first thing that I should probably make clear is that if you want to attract your soul family into your life, the one thing that you need to be is authentic. You need to be authentically yourself. You need to be real. You need to be honestly you, like whatever version of you that is. Because, we go through life and sometimes who we are changes. You need to be that changed you if you have changed. And you probably have, in order to attract your soul tribe. Because if you've been watching my videos, I've been talking about this, is that I believe that your physical reality is just a reflection of who you feel you are inside. So all the people in it are also showing you who you feel you are inside. They are treating you exactly how you expect to be treated. They're showing you who you feel you are. So if you're not being yourself, if you're not being authentic, if you're holding back in some kind of way, you can't attract your soul tribe because you just keep attracting people who aren't really right for that version of you that you are now, because you're being kind of like a distorted version of you, if that makes sense. And you can only ever have people in your life who are a reflection of who you feel you are. So, to have people in your life who see the authentic you need to be the authentic you. I hope that makes sense. But with that out of the way, how do you know that you have actually met someone from your soul tribe? So, in my experience, these kinds of connections are very different from, just whatever connection. Because if you think about it, you've probably met a lot of people in your life, like throughout your life, and most of these connections, they don't really become anything significant. Like you might have a lot of, I don't know, coworkers, acquaintances, but there are like a few people that you can probably think of as you're like listening to me that you would point out and say, yeah, that's something, that connection is something. Like there's just something different about it. And there's probably been something different about it from the very beginning, from the very start of that connection. And that's what I find to be the case, at least in my life. If you are meeting somebody from your soul tribe, that connection is gonna be different almost from the very beginning. Like it doesn't take very much time to figure that out. It might even be like the first meeting is totally different from what like you're used to experiencing, as especially if you've never attracted anybody from your soul tribe into your life. So I guess I can only talk about my own experience as always, and just talk about examples in my life. So like one of the people like who's been in my life for a really long time now and who's clearly my soul tribe, our meeting, it was so interesting. because we were meeting for work purposes. Like we were just gonna, like it wasn't about voiceover because that was such a long time ago. I was doing other things, but anyway, we were meeting for work purposes. We were gonna discuss a project that we were gonna do together. Like I was gonna help this person with this project. And so, and the meeting also wasn't like in real life. It was actually, first meeting was online. And so we just, started talking with this person. And it was so funny. I mean, we did talk about work, like that discussion happened as well. But it was more like I kid you not, like 30 minutes. It had been just 30 minutes of like me talking to this person. And suddenly we're not talking about work at all. What we were talking about, from what I remember, this was so long ago, but we were talking about like unconditional love. Can you imagine that? Yeah, that's what we were talking about. We were just talking about the concept of unconditional love. And I don't really remember much more than that, but that was the one thing that I remember. So, talking about things like that you wouldn't normally, when you're meeting somebody, you wouldn't normally be talking about things like that. That's pretty normal for soul family. What else is normal? Feeling completely safe around this person, and you can't even explain it. Like you don't know them, you have just met them, but you just know that you're safe with them. That's another thing that's very, it's not even common. It's like an indicator that that's you, possibly somebody from your soul family. You feel just very safe. What else? You open up more quickly with this person than you normally would. Like there was another person that I met, and again, like it starts from the very beginning. It doesn't take very much time at all for you to recognize that this connection is different from whatever else. And it's like, because I'm also a person that like I don't know how to do small talk with people. I mean, I can do it, I guess, a little bit. Like if I'm meeting somebody that's like a client of mine, like it wants to work with me or something, and it's not like a soul tribe connection. It's just, a person that wants to work with me. Then yeah, I guess it's a type of small talk to be talking about work in a way. But you're not really talking about like deep stuff with those people that are just like, everyday connections. But if you find that you are talking about deep stuff with someone and it's like first meeting, or it just hasn't been a long time at all, but again, you just feel safe to talk about it because it's like they are that open with you and you are that open with them. Then it's possible that it is your soul tribe. It probably is. And another thing with this that I personally feel is that you can't fake this. Like nobody can come into your experience and like claim to be your soul tribe and like try to do these kinds of conversations with you because you would feel that it's fake. And that's so hard for me to explain. But it's like you can feel inside yourself that this is real. Like nobody is tricking you. You will have that feeling. And even if you're not used to that, like when I first started experiencing this, I was not used to it. So I was a little taken aback and kind of even defensive, because of past experiences that I've had. And just being like, well, is this really, what is this, But if this is really someone from your soul tribe, they will keep proving to you over and over and over again that they are from your soul tribe and that they are a safe person to be talking this way with. It's especially interesting if you have recently done the emotional work. So you are being authentic, like I am. I'm just out here talking about whatever I want to talk about here on my channel. And I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. I just feel like being like this and talking like this. And it's interesting when you have just done this kind of change with you and then you attract somebody. You're not really sure what it is, but if you have really done the emotional work, then your reality, again, needs to reflect back to you that you have done that. And the people in it are going to be totally different. So if you are being authentic, and if this is somebody from your soul tribe, then they will keep on proving to you, they will keep on showing you the change that you have made. They will keep on reflecting to you who you actually are, because they will be able to see it. These people from your soul tribe, they don't misunderstand you. I'm somebody, I'm used to being misunderstood. That was the case for a long time in my life. But these people don't misunderstand you. You don't have to explain yourself to them. You don't have to keep on explaining things over and over and over again for them to get it. It's pretty much like they understand you without words, even. Even if they haven't known you for a long time at all, they still get it. And you can be completely yourself with them. These people will not tell you to change. These people will not try to get you to change into anything because they like the you that you are. These people won't tell you that you're weird. They won't tell you that there's something wrong with the way that you are, or with the way that you think about things, or with what you believe in. They don't tell you that it's weird. They're interested in it, and they get it in some kind of way. They get it. They're probably that way themselves in some kind of way. You don't have to have exactly the same belief systems or anything, but they won't tell you that it's weird. And they'll just get you. Honestly, they will just get you. And also, they like your perspectives. Whatever you have to say, they like that. They seek that. And if it's different from their perspective, then they're not gonna argue with you about it. They want to know what your perspective is, because they might get something out of it, something new out of it. So that's another thing. You can just be completely yourself. There are no masks, nothing. You don't need to be any specific way. And here's another thing. Not only do you feel safe, you don't feel any weirdness. You don't feel anxious, for example. You just feel relaxed. That was one of my things. If someone's not really right for me, I feel tense. I feel anxious. And sometimes I can't even explain it. And it's not even about is this a good person or a bad person? It's not about that. It's just that it's not really a match to the authentic me, because I'm in that situation not being the authentic me. And then if that's what's going on, I just feel tense. I feel anxious. I'm stressed. And I can't even explain why. And if you feel that way around someone, that's probably not your soul tribe. Like, you should be, like, it's one thing to like start talking to someone and maybe you're a little nervous about it, like that's fine. But if you start talking to them, then that feeling of nervousness, if this is someone from your soul tribe, it should go away. You should be pretty relaxed pretty quickly. It's like that's just been my experience. It's like these people from your soul tribe, they see your heart. They see who you are, and you don't have to explain it. They just see it and they know it and they don't question it. And even if they haven't known you for a long time at all, they will be able to. It's like they understand your emotional state. They understand what's going on with you, and you will often find that they reflect things back to you about yourself that they maybe like shouldn't even know, because you don't really know each other for that long. But they know these things, and then they just say these things to you, and it's correct. They can describe you to you in a way where you would read it and you would agree with it, basically. Because they just see you. They actually see you. They don't see any distortions. And they don't think that there's anything wrong with you. So, like, maybe you've thought that there was something wrong with you your whole life. And there was something wrong with your brain or the way that you were or whatever. These people, they will prove to you that there isn't. And there never was. Like, that's how it is. That's how it has been in my experience. And this can happen in a very short amount of time. Like, it doesn't... I'm laughing because I was just reminded of this occurrence with, like, one of these people in my life. I haven't even known for that long, but... You know, how I was telling you before that, like, I can't do this small talk thing. And I was actually able to tell them, like, up front, like, I can't, not that they were trying to do that with me or anything. They actually weren't. Like, we were already talking about, you know, actually meaningful things, you know? And so I was just saying that, like, I can't do this small talk thing. I'm just the kind of person, especially now, these days, where I'm just like, when are the childhood traumas coming up? I don't have time for these pleasantries. Like, I was making a joke, but it's true. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I want to talk about something real. I feel like I don't have the time, and I don't have the, you know, the emotional and the energetic bandwidth to be talking about just like stuff that doesn't matter or isn't meaningful in any way, or that we don't really, like, neither of us, whoever I'm talking to, neither of us really cares about that thing. Like, don't have time for that anymore. So I'm like, when are the childhood traumas coming up? Is that anytime soon? So you see, like, that's the kind of stuff that you would be talking about with these people. And if you don't have anyone in your life currently who's like that, it might be weird to even think that, but that's how it has been for me. And sometimes it's also like, I feel it's very, very common to feel a connection with somebody when you haven't even met them. And that's also in my experience. It can be a sign that this is probably someone from your soul family. But again, like, of course, you don't know unless you actually talk to this person and then see how it goes. But if you are talking to this person and things like this keep happening, and you're just like, you're talking about like actually meaningful, deep things, and you wouldn't normally do that with just anyone, then you can be pretty certain that this is an important connection. Like, I feel that they are actually pretty easy to recognize. Like, once you get used to it. And once you know for sure that you are being yourself. You were being yourself before this came in. Because it's also possible that you will go a certain period of time without anyone like that around. Like, if you have just started being authentically yourself, you might find that there's like things happening in your life where like some people are leaving and some things are changing, and you might find yourself being alone, basically, and no one's really there. And in that case, you have to keep on, again, that same feeling state that I've been talking about in my videos, that same emotional state, being authentic, being real, being actually you. That is also an emotional state, and you just gotta keep to that. And then I promise eventually you will attract people into your life who will then reflect back to you who you actually are now. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that maybe this has helped somebody else figure out something about connections in their life, or you were just interested in this topic. But either way, soul family connections, I believe, are very important. Like, these are probably the people who are going to be in your life either for a really long time or like for the rest of this lifetime. They just are. Because these are your people. So, I don't know, just felt like talking about it tonight because that's the exact thing going on in my life right now. And I hope this helps anyone else out there. So, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.